What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol QQQ, which is the ETF for the Nasdaq. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this is a ETF or market really that I watch extremely closely on an intraday basis. We also cover it in depth every single Sunday and Wednesday over on the main channel. So, the chart's already marked up, and I have some pretty solid feelings about this chart itself. Something really interesting happened today, and I should point that out, the fact that we have a high, a cluster of lower highs. In here, we had equal lows, right? So technically the market was not yet in a downtrend there, but certainly on today's session, breaking down and giving us a new lower low, I would start to argue that a short-term downtrend is certainly in effect. Now, don't get overly bearish, because, right, we are supporting a little bit at the support trend line and this horizontal area at the 369. Let me just show you where that's coming from. Again, prior shelf of resistance right here, now offering some support. So again, it's not a bearish call here. I just want you to note that the prevailing trend is starting to become lower based on the lower low that we set today. Now, again, it doesn't mean that you can't counter trend trade and look for higher here, but I wouldn't be, pushing your luck to the upside either. To be quite honest with you, I think a lot is riding on what comes on Wednesday, which of course is the CPI data and how that's going to impact interest rates, so your TNX, and then from there, how is that going to impact both your XLK, which is essentially the tech sector of the S&P 500, aka the QQQ and Nasdaq, really. And then also, how is that going to impact your XLF for financials? Will there be continued rotation out of tech and into financials because rates are higher? Maybe, right? So it's really going to come down to what happens on the CPI number. But here's what I would watch out for. Here's what it boils down to, and at least what I'll be doing in the QQQ into the remainder of the week, right? Because we did close the candle back above that 378.50, which is sort of the breakdown point, then I would be looking at this to start rotating towards the top end of this range. And for me, that means scalps only on an intraday basis because we're counter trend trading in what we just established was a downtrend. So I'm not overstaying my welcome here. I'm taking my money and running as soon as we come into those targets. And again, it could go higher, but I don't want to stick around and take that risk. So for me, intraday trades only, looking for balance in this area. The only reason to get bullish again would really be back up and over this or after some sort of confirmed higher low. So something that does this, boom, pull back, right? So this here to here is a higher low. That would start to change the trend once again from the daily perspective, right? A breakout would then take us higher. We can walk the levels up from there. So again, patience in here, a little bit more bullish up above there after establishing a higher low. And if there's a rollover and we fall back down underneath 378.50, then again, the prevalent downtrend is in effect. I would start looking for, again, tests of the support trend line. Once again, if that breaks into 369, today's low of day, and it can get much nastier underneath that, really coming all the way down towards 353.89. So I think it's a patience play in the QQQ until we get the CPI data. I think it's a patience play as we're in this range. Directional moves will start to be produced once again, either up and over 388.78 as discussed, or down and out underneath 378.50. That's going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it today or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.